Good day, everyone. Again, good day. I am your Science, Technology, and Society instructor, Nogra Garcia, and welcome to our first session about the overview of STS. So, what do you mean by STS? STS stands for Science, Technology, and Society, and it is an interdisciplinary program that integrates the following branches of science. We have the natural science, we have the technology, we have the history, we have also philosophy, sociology, economics, political science, geography, and anthropology. And as you observe, it's not only the branches of science, but this is for different subjects. So why is it called as interdisciplinary? Because it involves these subjects. So science, technology, and society is a subject of which it integrates everything. So STS is the study of how society, politics, and culture affect scientific research and technological innovation. And also, And also, this is how scientific research and technological innovation in turn affect society, politics, and culture. So it means that there is exchanging of views according to its society, politics, and culture, and according to scientific research and technological innovation. So it means that the scientific research and technological innovation affects the society, politics, and culture, and vice versa. Bakit nga ba natin kailangan pag-aralan ang STS or Science, Technology, and Society? As stated by the CHED Memorandum Order Number 20, this is not offered in elementary, obviously. It's not offered also in secondary. It's not offered even in senior high school because this is offered only for the colleges or for the college students. Most probably the freshman students. Lahat ng freshman students, whether you are criminology, lahat ng mga courses, mass comm, custom, and everything, is under general education. Okay, so STS, as what we said, that it is an interdisciplinary course that engage students to confront the realities brought about by the science and technology in society, with all its socio-political, cultural, economic, and philosophical underpinnings at play. So it means that students, this STS would give you guide in order for you to understand the technological advancement and how we are going to do with it, how to deal with it, and what are some advantages and consequences regarding technology. As we all know that technology nowadays is keep up improving and keep up innovating. And how does our society affects our our means or the way of life? 'Di ba? We keep up innovating, we keep on we keep on inventing because we want to have a better life. We have to have a convenient life. Kaya lagi tayong nagre-research regarding on how our lives make how our lives easy, make our lives easier rather. So these realities pervade the personal, the public, and the global aspect of life and are integral to human development. And this course also seeks to instill reflective knowledge in the students so that they're able to live the good life and display ethical decision making in both social and scientific dilemmas. So therefore, class, after this course or this school sem, you may able to realize the proper etiquette on how we're going to use technology, and how do we able to understand, and as we understand, we may able to decide better, okay, when it comes to ethical decision making. Kasi may mga times kasi na um, as a freshman, we tend to decide kung saan yung happy, kung saan yung cool, kung saan yung fun, dun tayo. Pero when it comes to ethical standards, kahit na wala ng standard at wala ng ethics, pinapatuloy pa rin natin. So, we're not just talking about the advancement. Also, we're talking about the ethics, okay? The philosophy, or the philosophical view as a student, so that we may become a good citizen and a good abider in this country. Okay, now since we're talking about science, technology, and society, let me walk through what is science, or let's define first and let's walk through first science, okay, as a subject. As a subject, balik-balik talaga to na this is a systematic body of knowledge of the natural world based on facts and gained through scientific method. So, hinighlight ko yung systematic body of knowledge because science is stating truth and facts, and this is based from scientific research and scientific method. And as we all know, if we say scientific method, it 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 undergoes thorough analysis from the problem statement down to conclusion. So therefore, hindi yun siya yung typical na marites na kung saan um, you seek to know, pero hindi pala yung totoo kasi it's not based from scientific facts. So, hindi siya science, marites lang siya. And originally, if we go through from the previous or earlier times, originally, science is not called a science, but it's a philosophy of the natural world, since it stemmed from the ancient Greeks' desire to know about nature. As we all know, dati, our philosophers, they were called, scientists were called as philosophers because they are seeking for knowledge, they're seeking for the answers. Why is it their stars? What's the name of those twinkling up above? Why their sun, and why is it called sun? So sila yung nakapag-discover. So that's why it is called as philosophy of the natural world. Because dati, ancient Greeks are really seeking, finding truth and looking for facts in order for them to be answered by their questions and queries. Thus, the first scientists were called philosophers of nature. So, as I've said, that scientists are not called as scientists because they're called as philosophers of nature, who sought to discover the truth behind material things and natural things. Ayun. Now, what are some of the branches of science that you know? Okay, they were divided. Okay, they were divided. It's formal sciences, natural sciences, and social sciences. Now, um, it is. Let's go to formal sciences. As we know, that formal sciences are the study of mathematics and logic. These are, na-highlight ko na yan siya. These are what we call the um, the accurate science. Yan. Kasi 'di ba nga, we are the accurate science because the kailangan talaga ng computation, ganun, sa mathematics. Kaya siya kailangan accurate talaga yung answer. Most especially if you are dealing, or if you are enrolled in engineering, architecture. Kasi nga, di ba, measuring should be the topmost priority. Now, let's go to natural sciences. Natural sciences are those um, branches of science that study the natural phenomena, weather condition, climate change, and this includes cosmological, geological, chemical, biological factors of the universe. And lastly, we have the social sciences that study of human behavior and societies. Ito nga yung pagkakaiba-iba. Pag sinasabi, are you enrolled in STE or Science, Technology, and Engineering or Engineering and Mathematics STEM? So go to formal sciences. Okay? If you are if you enrolled or if you are aiming to become a teacher someday and now go to saan? 'Di ba? Humanities or the social sciences for the study of human behavior and society. And these are all sciences. Why? Because it is based from the truth and facts. Yan. Kaya siya tinawag na science. It's not only merely pag sinabing science, science is it's all about experiments. No. Sciences, pag sinasabi kasing sciences, ang ibig sabihin nun, they study the truth and the facts. And human behavior is part of truth and facts. If you are a psych student or psychologist, you should study human behavior in according to what you have observed and what you have studied. Okay? Next. Okay. So therefore, science is the human attempt to understand the natural world. Yung sinasabi ko, di ba, that science is seeking of the answers from from our questions, from our queries. Before when I was a kid, I am asking why can why is it that there's stars? Or why is it that I can see, I could able to walk, I could able to see, or I could able to touch, to taste food? Ang dami akong tanong. Pero as I habang lumalaki ako, I learned to understand and I learned science na, okay, that's why pala. So right now, I was being answered sa lahat ng queries. But there are some queries pa that we need to to know the answer. For example, what is the most um what part of the world is the most deepest, yan, or deepest excuse me, deepest, ang tawag niyon, yung pinakamalalim na dagat, yan, sa buong mundo. It's the biggest part of the ocean pala. 'Di ba? Is it really Mariana Trench? Kasi baka may iba pa doon na hindi pa na-discover. So that's why scientists right now is still digging knowledge and digging information to answer all our queries, with or without concern for practical uses of that knowledge. Okay, so these are the examples of natural world. We have the volcanoes, we have gravity, we have atoms, plants, metals. So these are some or few of the natural world that has been answered. Like volcanoes, we already know that there are two kinds, the inactive and active volcanoes with the different types of volcanic eruption, right? Pwede tayo maging phreatogmatic, ano pa yung mga um, Plinian eruption, so on and so forth. And it depends upon the viscosity of the lava. Yan. Then we've learned also that lava is outside while magma is inside the volcano. And then we have also gravity, and we've learned that our gravity keeps us on ground, and it has 9.8 meter per second squared on Earth. Ayan, so we've learned about that. And then atoms is the smallest, okay? It is the smallest among of all, and it has parts. We have the electron, proton, and neutron, wherein electron is negatively charged, while proton is positively charged, and neutron is zero charge or neutral charge. Plants, we have different kinds of plants on Earth, and also metals. Metals, we've learned that it is a good conductor of electricity and heat. So, all of those and marami pa ang na-discovered along the way and about to discover. And meron pa nga, di ba, yung intellectual, artificial intelligence, like robots. So, they are starting to innovate robots with feelings right now. So, are you agree with that or not? So, yun. So, magkakaroon na daw ng robots na teacher or robot na employee. So, agree ka ba doon or hindi? So, those are some of the advancements of science and technology offered to us. Now, let's go to technology. So, we've learned about science, that science is not only limited to experiments, but science is more in knowledge and truth. Now, let's go to technology. Technology is the term technology comes from the two Greek words. It means techne, meaning art or craft, and also logia, meaning a subject or interest. So taken together, the term has come to mean practical application of what we know about nature. So therefore, after all the research, the scientific methods that the early philosophers did, now they want to have an application of what they've learned. So that is what we call the technology. So it's a practical application of what we know about nature. Okay, the only aim of this technology is to make our lives easier. For example, dati, they carry a lot of heavy loads in farming. Yun, dito sa likod nila, karga nila. Ngayon, since they've realized na why not to make a wheel or a gulong in order for us to have an easy loading of our product. So, gumawa sila ng gulong. So, this already a technology. Okay? So, technology, it doesn't mean that we need to have electricity with it. Technology is something to do with a practical applications of what they know about it or about what they wanted to make their lives easier using scientific principles for the betterment of human situation. So I would like to emphasize this technology has been established, or shall I say done, because they want a betterment of the human situation. Okay? Para mas mapadali ang buhay. Now, technology can be defined as the method of process of using scientific knowledge to solve physical problems in a simplified and fast manner through the use of machines. Okay? So, take note that it is to solve physical problems. Sorry. Wait. To solve physical problems in a simplified and fast manner through the use of machines. Okay? So, tinutulungan tayo para mapadali ang buhay natin to make life easier and fast because of these machines. Dati, in cooking, we're just using kahoy, panggatong, uling. Ngayon, we have just gasol, we have gas range in order for us to cook better and para mas mapadali ang buhay. Okay? Next. Okay. technology is the human attempt to change the world. Did you agree that technology is the human attempt to change the world? I think this is really true, and I'm agree with it. That technology is an attempt to change the world. Of course, because our world is keep on changing. Our society is keep on changing because of the technology that we have. So by creating products that can help people. Okay, so tingnan natin itong mga pictures dito. Okay, unahin natin dito sa taas dito. 'Di ba? Um, computer before is as big as a big room, actually. The CPU is bigger than a classroom. Right now, we have a laptop, a small chip that we could able to have a convenient way of carrying our computers or our laptop. We have this pencil, we have this light bulb, um, calculator, so on and so forth. Microscope enable for us to observe small particles. And then here, right now, we have cell phones already to communicate our loved ones, our friends, our classmates. Okay, and then we have airplanes that we could able to transport from place to place, and also trackings, boats or ships, and even cars. So this changes is really an attempt to change the world by creating products that can help people. So all of these products are the product of technology. And this technology is the product of science. So you know the connection already. Now, the application of scientific knowledge for practical purposes, especially in the industry. Yan. So, once again, technology is a practical application with its purpose of the different industries that we have. Okay? So, the making, modification, usage, and knowledge of tools, machine technologies, techniques rather, in order to solve a problem, achieve a goal, or perform as a specific function. So these are the aims and goals of technology: to solve a problem, to achieve a goal, or perform a specific function. The purposeful application of information in the design, in production, utilization of goods and services, and organization of human activities. So, hindi naman masama at walang masama sa teknolohiya. It really helps us a lot when it comes to designing our houses, designing buildings, production of food, and a lot more. Utilization of goods and services, and also organization of human activities. Lahat naman siguro ay nakinabang sa technology na tinatamasa natin. And because of that, we will give credit to sciences, most especially those early scientists and philosophers. Okay, so these are some of the examples. I know you know some of the examples of technology. We have the machines, we have gadgets, electronics, DVDs. I think wala ng DVD ngayon. We have pencil sharpener. Ano po yung nakikita nyo dito sa picture? Meron kayo sa bahay nyo, iPad, um, automatic washing machine. We have also automatic na lahat, aircon, so on and so forth. And because these are involved with tools, technology also involved with tools, techniques, procedures for putting the findings of science into use. Okay, so this technology involves with tools. course, techniques and procedures. Okay? So, all in all, science and technology are really interrelated and correlated to each other. And this will not be separated kasi if it is only science, it's only science. It's based from the truth, nothing but the truth. But if we say technology, it is the application of what you have learned from sciences. So, without science, technology, wala din. Okay? Pangit naman din kung si technology lang at walang science. So, science and technology are correlated and interrelated to each other. Now, if we're going to connect both science and technology, what does it mean? There is an interconnection between. So, science explores for the purpose of knowing, okay? For the purpose of knowing, para alam natin, para hindi tayo magiging tanga na, bakit may araw? Bakit mainit? Mamaya uulan. Bakit alam mo? Thus, gaining knowledge. Okay? So, while technology explores for the purpose of making something useful from that knowledge. Remember, from the knowledge of science, okay, technology explores that knowledge to make it more useful to people. So that is their connection. Okay? And also, science drives technology by making new technology possible through scientific breakthroughs. So ito yung sinasabing scientific breakthroughs. It means in innovations. We could have experiments. Ayan. So meron tayong mga scientific breakthroughs na makikinabang tayong lahat. Okay? So, the interconnection between science and technology, engineers focus on using science, yan, to develop products. These are their products. Ito lang yung isa sa mga, pero marami pa talaga. Without the engineers, we could not able to build houses. We could not able to build new cell phones or new designs from Apple. Ayan, and a lot more. We cannot build bridges, so on and so forth. So I cannot imagine life without science and technology. It would be like, para tayong sa unang panahon. So we cannot dress like this. We could have, kaya nyo bang magdamit ng dahon? Yon. So, without technology, some science experiments would not be possible. Yes. So that's why, um, sa sinasabi ko kanina, kaakibat talaga ni science si technology at si technology sa science. So, hindi dapat silang i-separate. And without science, technology could not proceed. Yan. So, hindi magiging possible si technology. At kung wala ding science, hindi din makaproceed si technology. Science is a way of knowing it, and technology is a way of doing it. So always remember that science is a way of knowing, while technology is the way of doing, like applications of science discovers or science discovery. Okay, now what is the connection? So we've already know about science, we already know the technology, and we already know the the interrelations and the correlation of science and technology. Now, let's define first what is society. Since this is our topic and this is our course, science, technology, and society. So let's define what is society. Society is a large group of people who live together in an organized way. Yan. So tayo yan. Tayo. Society. Tayo. Diba? Kasama natin ating mga magulang, people living together. It's called society. And making decisions about how to do things and sharing the work that needs to be done. So, ganyan tayo. Sa isang society, we have this decision makings, we have this sharing of work, or kahit hindi sharing, but we have work to do and the needs that to be done. And society is composed of people, families of same race and nationality, government like administrator or authority. We have also territory like the geographical area under the jurisdiction of government na hanggang ngayon ay pinaglalaban pa rin natin ang ating karapatan, di ba? Then, ano pa? We have also the culture, we have the traditions, values, beliefs, way of life, and etc. And these are we composed. We have the people, tayo. We have also the government that we need to abide. We have the territory that we are now living. And we have also the culture that we are believing. Okay? The traditions, the way of life. Like, um, yesterday we celebrated the Kadayawan. So, yon. So the Kadayawan is part of our tradition. It's part of our culture that every every August we celebrated Kadayawan, and it's a whole month celebration. But the highlight is every 2021 for Indak-Indak and Pamulak sa Dalan. So, kayo, ano yung naisip niyo mga traditions na nasa inyo na sa bahay niyo or sa lugar ninyo? So, share niyo naman yan. Okay? So, now, innovations and issues in technology. Now, let's going to have dahan-dahanin natin i-connect ngayon si science, technology, and society. At saan papasok si science, technology sa atin. Okay? Maaari ba silang makapasok ang science and technology sa society? Of course, because we are the recipient of this technology. Of where, saan galing si technology? Sa knowledge ni science. Okay, now let's go. So now we have the transportation innovation. We are very blessed because at this point of time, we have airplanes, we have ships, we have boats, we have cars, and motorcycles in order for us to transport from place to place. However, there is a negative impact to our environment because it can cause pollution. Okay? Nakuha nyo? We have the transportation and navigation. Yes, it's correct. But sad to say, the negative impact that this transportation and navigation brought is the pollution that we are experiencing right now. We have also communication and record keeping. We thank God for this kind of technology, this Zoom, this Google Meet, this Google Classroom. We could able to continue our study and our education because of this technology. And because of our cell phones and because of our laptops, we could able to to connect and to communicate with our loved ones, our teachers, our classmates, and etc. But the negative impact is disinformation. Why? We really don't know if the information is correct because there is no validity to know the veracity of a certain information. So that's why some of the negative impacts of communication and record keeping is disinformation and also miscommunication. That could lead to pag-aaway-away at pag hindi, yan, okay, pag hindi pagkakaintindihan. Next, mass production. Of course, um, there will be productions of products that we enjoyed and the society could able to consume, such as milk, um, livestock, chicken, meat, and a lot more. But the negative impact is wastage. Okay, there are some na maraming nasayang kasi sobra yung production. Okay? Because of the technology, may sobra, nanubra rapod. That's why the negative impact is maraming nasayang. Okay, technology also brought security and protection for us, right? We have secured with our money in the bank or in a caja de oro, and also we are already secured of this technology. But the negative impact is arms race. Yan. Meron din tayong tinatawag na security and protection because the government has supplied the Philippine Army guns. Yan. Para maprotektahan tayo from any bad people. Pero, ang nangyayari, meron pa ring away-away sa pagitan ng kabilang kampo. Yan. Yung mga bandido, mga terrorists of the country. Health, of course, through the use of technology, we could have able to help cancer patients through chemotherapy, those people who suffered from kidney failure, and we have dialysis, so on and so forth. But the negative impact is malpractices. There are very sad to note that there are some doctors who committed malpractices, and that's why we need to protect also our loved ones from malpractices. Okay? Next, aesthetics. Okay? Yung aesthetics na sinasabi ninyo, but somehow it could be abused. Ideally, aesthetics should be done beautifully. It should be uncommon. It's beyond natural. Um, it's beyond common. It's beyond normal. But sometimes it tend to be abused by anybody. So that's why you need to be careful because sometimes sigita aesthetic, it is prone to negativity and abuse. Engineering. It's nice to know that nowadays we have beautiful buildings, we have good buildings in our city, big big buildings. But the negative is some were met or some will be having accidents and prone accidents or yun. Yun din yung mga negative impact niya. We have the architecture and the negative impact is land use. Of course, nagkakaroon na tayo ng maraming buildings at sometimes puro na lang buildings. Wala na tayong landscapes, wala na tayong green space for our plants and for the animals. Dahan-dahan na siyang ginawang housing. Okay? So, these are some of the innovation and issues in technology and its negative impact. Okay. Now, let's go to science, technology, and society and how this science, technology and society link to each other. Scientific knowledge and technology influences individual and society, of course. And technology plays an important part in producing products that affect the quality of life. Better understanding of science and technology is really essential and to know the unique attributes to each enterprise and to address their implications for the society. So napansin niyo, meron talagang positive and negative impact ang technology. But it depends on how we're going to use the technology in a right manner. Kaya that's why it is very important as a student and you will become future criminology or future policeman, future teacher, future custom, or any professions that you are will be a reminder for you that sometimes we don't need to abuse the technology because it will really turn back to you. Okay, so take note that science drives technology and technology drives science. Science versus technology. Ito yon, di ba? Science is the knowledge gained from experimentation such as Newton's law, theory of relativity, Ohm's law, human genome project, while technology is the use of science knowledge to make things such as calculators and computers, atomic energy, electric motors, gene therapy, and antibiotics. So tayo, so after all, the products of technology, tayo po ang recipient niyan. Tayo po ang makikinabang sa technology. Now, you might ask, why do we need to study STS? Bakit kailangan pa itong pag-aralan? Dagdag na naman ito sa matrikula. Pwede naman siguro itong kami na lang mag-aaral nito. Kami na lang po ang kami na lang magbabasa, meron naman din YouTube, yung mga ganun. Yung mga ganun. But remember, YouTube is the product of science and it's part of technology. And pag part siya ng technology, yes, may advantage, pero meron ding disadvantage. Okay? Many of the problems facing society today not only involve technology, but also human values, social organization, environmental concerns, economic resources, political decision, and host of other factors. So, hindi lang po yan ang ating ang ating tinatama sa mga problema ngayon sa society. Not only those that involve technology. Meron din tayong hindi lamang kasi ibig sabihin, hindi ko ini-imply na ang problema lang natin ay involve lamang ang technology. No, marami pa po tayong problema. And that involves the human values. Yung sa atin mismo, on how we able to learn from our experiences na hindi na natin dapat ulitin. Kasi nasaktan na tayo, kaya tayo nagbago. Pero sana yung pagbabago natin in a better way, not in a destructive way, na mismo yung mga tao sa paligid, yung social organization mo, yung circle mo, madadamay because of your human behavior. And we have also social organizations na problema, environmental concerns, economic resources, political decisions, and host of other factors. So kung hindi natin pag-aaralan ng STS, hindi nyo maiintindihan kung bakit we are tend to have this kind of problem. And this problem could affect your decision making. Diba? Pag hindi, alam nyo ba, pag, for example let's make it this way para mas maintindihan. 'Di ba, pag nag-break kayo ng girlfriend or boyfriend niyo, you are really seeking of what is really the problem. Bakit siya nakipaghiwalay sa iyo? For that, nahihirapan kang mag-move on kasi hindi mo alam ano ang ginawa mo. Since nalaman mo na kaya pala niya ako hiniwalay is kasi ganito. So, mas easy yung pag-move on mo. So, in connection with that, we need to learn STS in order for us, hindi para maka-move on, in order for us to know the answer of some problems involved in the society. And from that problem, we learn to know and we learn to appreciate on how we're going to answer all those problems that we are encountering when it comes to human values, social organization, environmental concerns, and etc. Okay? So that would affect your decision making. So napaka-importante pong pag-aralan ng STS. And these are interface problems. That is the interface between technology and society that they can be solved if they can be solved at all by the application of scientific knowledge, technical expertise, social understanding, human compassion, okay, and human compassion. So those are the things that we need to understand, diba? From those conflicts, from those problems that you've encountered, it will be solved through application of scientific knowledge, technical expertise, social understanding. So, kailangan kang mag-understand at human compassion. Kailangan mo, bakit nga ba siya ganun? Bakit ang kanyang behavior is not that good? Ano kaya ang nangyari? Dati kasi pinapatulan ko eh. Ikaw, isa ka na, namumuno ka na, puntos ka na sa akin. Pero ngayon, when I learn about STS, I able to understand, to be compassionate with others, and able to understand his or her upbringing. Kaya pala siya ganun because meron siyang pinagdaanan ng ano. Kaya, sige lang, i-pray ko na lang siya, hindi ko na siya papatulan. Okay, and that's part of, saan siya na part sa science? Okay, behavioral science. Okay, hindi siya sa natural science, yan, kundi na siya sa society, anthropological, yun. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you for your time and effort listening with our topic about the overview of STS. I hope you learned a lot from our discussion for today. Thank you and God bless. Bye.